What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the NDA Podcast. This is where it's me, Rob D, Sketchcraft. And so basically what it is I'm working on my secret projects, right? Or my not so secret projects. I just can't share them. Like in this case, I'm working on... Hold on, Brad. I'm going to introduce you. You shut up. I'm going to... Brad, getting way too heavy. You threw me out, Brad. I'm working on Spawn Kills Every Spawn right now. It's a miniseries coming out summer 2024. And since I can't share that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a speed video of some old artwork I made, right? But a lot of people don't see the artwork I make, so we're going to share it. And tonight's going to be Superior Spider-Man Copic markers. This is about 10 years ago, Brandon. Brandon, the Mighty James is here to hang out with us.
Hey, everybody. Now I can talk.
Yeah, that's great. Now you can...
Got a little excited. It's been a while.
And it's been a while. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to turn on Little Rob. Hold on. Oh, and there I am. I'm down there. And then we're going to go ahead and just start the video. And this will just loop for however long I'm streaming. So if you miss something, don't worry. You can replay or come back another time. We'll be redoing these videos many times. So, but what you're seeing here is a Copic guide that I made for this piece. And so what I would do is I would draw my line art separately, and then I would do a copy of them and color the copy, tint the lines. I used to tint my lines purple. Now I don't. Now I go red or orange. My theory on this at the time was it would help with shadows, but kind of didn't really matter. So this is me practicing which markers to use on like armors and stuff. Yeah, I didn't really know how to do any of this, so I'd have to do like an hour or two of like figuring out how to do this before I could go do it. So that's what you're gonna see here, and then I'll go right into coloring this with the markers. You can see all them. That's all them. It's all the guides right there. I write down the codes. So, yeah, I don't have to do this with color pencil, Brandon. I just go right at it. Weird, but with markers and watercolor,
nice.
I know, right? That's why, like, why don't you do more watercolor? Why don't you do more markers? Only because I don't have to. I don't have to do all this.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Get to it.
Your brain is definitely wired for certain coloring.
Yeah. I will be doing more watercolor. So I just got to figure out how to make it work for me. Markers. Like I said, I did some recently on tonal paper, like on craft Copic marker paper or craft mixed media card and stock and stuff. And you know, they came out well, but I don't know if it has the same magic as other stuff. So.
I mean, I thought they were pretty dope, but you know me, I'm biased. So.
What are you working on, man?
Try not to be. So I did the what was it called? Arizona Comic Book Art Festival. It was like a one-day show. Last year I did it, and I walked away with like $500 profit after the show was over. I was feeling good. You want to take a guess how much I made this year, Rob?
$60.
That's okay. No. I actually only made at the show. This isn't profit. This is what I made at the show. $45.
Oh shit.
$45. And the table was 65. It wasn't expensive, but the table was 65. So it wouldn't have been that big of a hit. But I decided to buy special printer paper, and I burnt through my ink printing out prints for that show just so I'd have something because I was working so much in my day job. And the golden rule is always, if you don't have it ready for a con, don't force yourself to do it.
That's what I told you, right, Brandon? You ignored me.
Yep.
Yeah, you went right back. You didn't.
Well, it was too late to cancel the table. I couldn't cancel the table, so I just had to like go and just sell what I could, and I sold $45 worth. So I ended up probably negative 80 from this show. So I will make it up when I do Amazing Vegas Con, because that people in Vegas always want to spend money, and I'll be more prepared. And also, Rob knows we always do really well in Vegas because People
I
seem to like
didn't.
me there.
I didn't do very well. I never do well at cons. I did well at con. I did really well at cons for 2 years when I was first doing the saucies, and then everyone started doing the Photoshop version of all that splatter stuff, right? And people just they can't tell the difference because they're stupid. And
not our fans though. The people who
just average dumb people at cons, you know. So I just stopped going.
Yeah, almost like the people who can't tell the difference between AI art, you know. Some days. So I get that, you know, and then you stopped going, and then right after we stopped, COVID hit. So like either way, we would have stopped going. But
no, I stopped in 2017. Like, that was well before.
I mean, we did the last show together. Was it 2017?
No, it was 2017 in Vegas. Brandon,
that's what I'm saying. But
you want to argue? You want to? Yeah, we did it together, but it was the last show I ever did. It was 2017.
Yeah, I'm not arguing.
COVID hit 3 years later.
Out my brain.
All right. So.
No, I'm not arguing dates with you. You're autistic when it comes to dates.
Yeah.
I mean, except for remembering how long it's been since my wife left me. Thanks, Rob. That was great today.
Well, I knew you before you knew your wife, so you know what I mean.
Called Rob and I was like, "Hey, man, you know, finalizing the divorce in 2 weeks. It's been a year." And he's like, "A year? Oh man, I felt like she just left you around Christmas."
Yeah, it was just the other day,
Thanks, buddy.
Just the other day, I thought she left.
Just the other day.
It turns out she left you a while back.
Thanks, Rob. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I've been in my own world this past year, Brandon. In my defense, you know.
Who needs enemies when you got Rob? Just kidding. You're good to me. Rob's good to me, everybody. He's good to me.
And who else would let you call and whine about your life for hours on end, you know? And then do free like art help, you know? You know what I mean?
You shut your mouth. Lie.
I mean, the amount of free art help I've given you, I mean, I've given you better art help than your wife got when she was in college. I gave your wife better art help than she got in college.
Oh, yeah, definitely. That is true. So, anywho, gave blood today. Went to Barnes and Noble, got some tacos. It was a good day. How about you?
I'm just trying to wrap up this 2-page spread on issue 4 of Spawn Kills Everything. Huh? That's fine.
How was your pizza?
That's fine. I get the Papa Murphy
on your pizza, Rob.
I just have them do mods with some sausage, and then I do toppings at home. I have my own toppings. Like I got nitrate-free pepperoni and feta. Yeah, and I put some Italian seasoning on there. You know, yeah, and some some feta.
I had feta in a breakfast burrito today. It was avocado, roasted turkey, feta. It was good.
Yeah, it melts great on a pizza.
You don't like pineapple on your pizza, Rob?
I like if it has like spice to it, like chili, you know, or jalapeno or hot sauce. My wife doesn't. She's not adventurous when it comes to food. So
she's a purist of the pizza.
Yeah. I'll eat a barbecue chicken pizza. She's not doing any of that shit.
Yummy. So, Rob showed me the news today. There's a.
I don't want to talk about it. What are you talking about?
I saw it on Instagram, but we don't have to.
You're talking about that letter I told you about? I don't want to talk about that. I can't talk about it.
No, I'm talking about the Teen Titans movie thing.
Oh, the Teen Titans movie. Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. No, I'm not talking about the other thing. No, I wouldn't dare. I wouldn't dare on that shit. No, that I've learned my lesson. 8-10 years ago about watching what I say when it comes to spoilers with personal business.
Yeah.
Don't do that anymore. No, I'm talking about all the Teen Titans rumors that I saw today on Instagram. I mean, That'd be cool. I mean, I just
came from the Hollywood Reporter. It's pretty trustworthy.
You I don't know because I changed my Instagram, but is Umberto still doing stuff?
Yeah, it's at the Wrap. He does it through the Wrap. He does it for work. He works at the Wrap.
Oh, nice.
So you need to follow.
Okay.
Well, he still posts the Wrap stuff on his. He puts them in his stories too, and yeah, he works at the Wrap, dude. Yeah.
Nice.
He's been there full time for several years now. So.
Okay. When I got locked out of my Instagram, I have to re-go back and follow people. So it's like some of the people when I'm sitting here having to transfer over and follow, I lost the people. So also, if you followed my old Mega Potato Show, follow my new one, Mighty James Art.
No one followed your show, Brandon. No one followed your show.
Everybody followed. Yeah, I had 800 some followers, and those couldn't be bots, Rob. Those are real people. No way, those are bots. They're all bots. They're all bots.
Hey, what's up, Mario?
Hey, it's me and Mario. Hey, Mario.
Drawing dinosaurs, man. It's not my thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
Spoilers.
Mario says, I guess that makes him a no one or a bot. Mario followed you, apparently. Yeah, I guess, Mario, you have to follow Brandon's new Instagram account, The Mighty James. Because he got shadow banned because his name is Brandon. And guess who co-opted that name?
Excuse me.
They have the most evil of names. Yeah, well, not really. There's one more at the top.
Yeah,
at the top of that.
More.
Yeah. Well, two. I'd say his and then Hiller, right? But there you go.
Right, yeah, you know.
You're number 3. Congratulations. Good for you, buddy.
So, yeah.
No, that was the orange turd.
The worst part is it was actually the Arizona Comics and Arts Festival. It was actually a good show, well ran, easy to like in and out, clean. You know,
No one bought your stuff.
Not, and there wasn't as many people as there was last year. It just didn't have the pull like it did last year. But yep, nobody bought my stuff. That's cool, you know. Luckily, I don't have like, you know.
You gotta start streaming like your sketch covers on Whatnot, Brandon.
On Whatnot, got it.
That's it's a selling place. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I can do
Start
that.
a Mighty James Whatnot show. Exclusively sketch. Just put exclusively sketch covers. All right. Just do sketch covers, Brandon. Just stick with that. All right.
You got it.
Oh yeah. Because his name is Brandon. You put it together, Mario. You did the math.
Good job, Mario.
Yeah.
Are you on delay? Is he on delay again?
No, I'm looking down drawing, Brandon. You know what I mean? I can't.
No,
I can't read his text, and I'm not staring there waiting to read his chats to you.
You should be.
You could open up Twitch on your phone and look at the chat yourself. You know.
Oh, it's broken. I can't.
Mario's on Twitch.
I think I haven't used my Twitch in so long. I think it's probably not active anymore. It's been raining all day, and I had to go to donate blood. So if I got a little bit of a sniffle, sorry about that. I'll try to hide it the best I can on your stream here.
Oh, good. Hey, Rich, what's up? Rich is my buddy. We grew up together, went to the army together and stuff, dude.
Oh yeah,
he was my bestie before you, Brandon. Yeah. Brandon, you still got a ways to go.
Did you just hear that?
You got to wait. Well, I'm stuck with Brandon now. I had to adopt him because his wife left.
You did. You did. It's like.
Yeah. What? Too soon? Too soon?
Oh gosh.
Yeah. Anyways, there was a superior Spider-Man storyline. It dealt with Dr. Octopus, right? Like Dr. Octopus getting armor or something. So this was like his armor or costume. Of course you are, Rich. You know what I mean. Come on. I don't need to get in trouble now. Get out of here. But yeah, he had this. He had the Spider-Man arms and the iron armor in the back, but it was like red and black. You know. Yeah. Humberto Ramos, Rich, drew those issues, right? Didn't he draw most of that?
Yeah. Actually, it was Dr. Octopus was dying, and he took over Peter Parker's mind.
There you
Peter
go.
Parker was trapped.
Right, Peter. That's how it happened.
It was, yeah. And then Peter Parker started to take over, and Doc Ock started doing good deeds and some shit like that. I didn't read it all. I just remember Andy was really excited about it, and he told me the whole synopsis of it. And he's like, "Well, listen. So Doc Ock took him over. So it's not Peter Parker, it's Doc Ock." I'm like, "Okay, so they're both in there." Yeah. I'm like, all right.
Remember that movie Vice Versa with Judge Reinhold and Fred Savage? No, Brandon doesn't know that movie.
No.
That was right about the time you were born, right, Brandon? 88?
I don't know. You're old as shit, Rob. I was born 85.
85, yeah. Right. Brandon was born in 85. You were like 3 when this movie came out.
I'm getting up there. Don't worry. I'm getting old. Luckily, I got my life together. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you got your life together.
Yeah, it's like I make good choices.
Yeah, you make good choices. It's not dietary, but other than that, you're all right.
I got 2 weeks to lose as much weight as I can in 2 weeks. That's when I gotta look good. So I got this.
Yeah. I know. Hey, I know. Yeah. Hey, congratulations.
What?
Rich lost 38 pounds. Good for him, dude.
Hey, good job.
Yeah.
Did Rob also call you a fat fuck? Is that why you lost the weight?
No. I just say that because you like it. You told me to ridicule you.
No kink shaming on the stream, sir.
Huh? Oh, okay.
I said no kink shaming on the stream.
Right.
It's kind of my thing. I like to be put down. Thanks, guys.
Awesome.
Yeah, good job.
Yeah, I put on some weight during COVID, but I've worked most of it off. I got a little bit more to go, but slow and steady is the race for me. Rich, I'm just back to doing I do 6:30 a.m. PT now till 7:38. Shower and breakfast, and then I'm at work at 9. I'm back on army time, if you can believe it. That's how I work now. Ah, yeah, I can imagine. Having a stroke, he put on weight. Yeah, he had a stroke when he was like years ago, like when I was 37. Yeah, I've been a bitch. I bet.
That's
Yeah,
fun.
yeah, well, it's like my buddy Joe got Wagner's disease, some weird autoimmune disease, you know, like 1 in 1,000,000 people have it, and he was like, he looked like Tarantino when he was younger and thin, and it just wrecked his weight, you know. There's nothing you can do about it.
It's unhealthy being your friend. I feel like
Yeah,
there's a pattern here.
yeah, don't be my friend. I told you, don't be my friend. It's not good for people.
I just feel like
I endanger the mission, you know. Yeah, Joe. Yeah, Rich. Yeah. I mean, he's learned to live with it. Like, he got a lot of free medical care because they need to study him. But yeah, it's pretty tough.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I know, right? You know, it was weird. He got this apartment right before it happened. He got this apartment out in Mira Mesa, and I went over to go see it. And I was like, "There's a weird smell in here." And he goes, "Yeah, there's some mold or something." And I'm like, "I need to leave. It's too moldy for me, man. I can't stand this smell. I gotta get out." And you know, a year later, he was there for a year, and they never fixed the mold problem. Now, I don't know, but you know, mold can cause weird things, you know. So yeah, I blame the mold.
It sounds like he's missing out on a paycheck.
Right. Mario says, my buddy used to be in the Navy, got out like a year or two ago. He got some horror stories about mold. Yeah, my experience was a little different. I don't want to talk about the Army. My experience was a little different. Rich was there for it. It was a little different. But you know, we did see the Phantom Menace when I was in the Army 25 years ago. Jesus, wasn't even 25 when it happened.
Was that in Germany? Or?
Yeah, we were in Germany. Yeah. It was funny, man. We all went down to this movie theater, and we were gonna camp out overnight, right? So we brought all the video games set up and the speakers, and there's a little crowd out there of like a dozen of us, dude. Yeah. And we wait all night. They let us in the theater. We get in. Everyone's super excited. They start the film. And like 2 or 3 minutes into the film, it just cuts out. The projector broke. So they were like, they all gave us like passes to come back whenever it was fixed. Luckily, they had it up by midnight. We kept calling, and then we drove back and saw it at midnight. Everyone was so tired afterward, you know? Yeah.
And that poor manager, you guys are all just calling like, hey, is it fixed? Is it fixed? Is it fixed?
Yeah, it was basically where we bought the Pod Racer game, and then we were just calling them all day, bugging. Is it open? Is it open? Is it open? Is it open?
You're just like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Right now, I'm drawing I could say I'm drawing dinosaurs, I guess. Yeah, I'm drawing dinosaurs.
Yeah, I don't think that spoils anything.
Right. Yeah, dumpster fire, right, yeah. It was funny, man. It was like the Gremlins moment, you know? You're like, is this happening? Is it part of the film? Is Hulk Hogan going to come out in the beginning of the Phantom Menace and chastise the Gremlins? Like, no, it really broke. Okay.
And that was the greatest Star Wars movie ever, right?
Yeah, well, that barrack, the place where we're stationed at was Freiburg, Germany, and it had been open since 1945. Like, they opened that post. It was a whole story, man. Like, basically, we were able to get most of Eastern Germany conquered or liberated because it's called Hessen, and there was a group of Germans that basically put up the white flag and saved that place from being destroyed, and agreed to help the Allies. So that post had been there forever. They shut it down in 2007. But they actually, in October of this year, finally bulldozed it. It's no longer there. It's gone. That was where Elvis was stationed, Brandon. Or Elvis was stationed. Elvis was stationed there. Yeah. So all these Germans came out because I was watching them stream it and stuff, right? All these Germans came out that were Elvis fans, right? And they even Rich, on the back side of the post, right? On the back side of the post, wherever the bowling alley was, if you kept going straight down that street, there was like a little roundabout, if you remember. In that roundabout, they built an Elvis tribute statue over there.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's pretty cool looking, actually. I'm not a big Elvis fan, but it's a really good statue. So, but yeah, they tore that place down. It was wild to see. People were going through there, like you know when they those guys like search abandoned theme parks and stuff. It was it was like that, and they went to the bowling alley, and it was just like all like ghostly. It's weird. It's weird seeing something where you're like, we were there every night, like getting nachos and playing House of the Dead, and now it looks like something out of Silent Friggin' Hill. You know?
I like those videos where they go and do like abandoned amusement parks and all that.
Yeah, October. Yeah. But that was on the left side. This would be on the right side. But yeah. Oktoberfest was back there. Yeah, I sent you that drone fly through for certain. That was dope. But yeah, so I was able to like talk to some of those guys out there, and they were like, "You were really stationed here." They were all impressed, and I was like, "Well, you know, it wasn't that glamorous, but, but
right.
You know,
it was the greatest place ever."
Although, Rich, I did find some footage some dudes took in May of 2000 out in front of the barracks. And I kind of remember because they were out there filming it, and I was trying to see if I could see me, but I remember they were out there filming because they were tossing a football, and he had just bought a camera. It was right before I got my camera. And like I was like, I was there for this, like, but I wasn't on. Like that would have been fun. I bought this camera and never took any footage of me, Brandon. I just didn't really use it much, to be honest with you.
Right.
Once I decided my perspective skills suck, I just sat in my room. I would go out on the weekends and stuff, like on the trains and travel and write, but I spent most of my time just learning perspective. I stopped doing other things like photography and video and stuff. Yeah, like having a life. Hey, what's up, Ned? Thank you. Appreciate that. Remember doing gate guard duty. Yeah. Yeah, one of the craziest things I ever saw there was we had this big medical facility there, right, Brandon? And they were renovating it. And they were ripping out parts that just they'd been there since the 40s. And they found this dead soldier's body in there. Apparently back in like 1991 or 2, like right when they got back from Desert Storm, they all celebrated, and this guy disappeared, and they classified him as AWOL, but he had gotten drunk and fell down a shaft and died. He'd been there for 10 years. Wow, crazy, right? Never smelt it too. It's crazy. The bricks were like, yeah, those bricks were so old. Like these pipes were so old, Brandon. When you go and you could smell the pipes. You ever smell old pipes before? You could smell it. Yeah, I can
think of at the moment.
It's a different kind of smell, dude. It's the last time I experienced it is, you ever been on like the Queen Mary, the ship out in like Long Beach.
Yeah.
It was like a sister ship to the Titanic, so it's very similar in terms of its construction. But they used to do like these Halloween, like you can go in the Queen Mary and like it was like a haunted house, and they didn't have to do much because parts of the ship were like sunk in and rotting because they had like the swimming pool and there's a whole thing. I feel like Queen Mary swimming pool. I'll tell you, there's an indoor swimming pool in there, and the water got in and like warped it, but the rotting pipes for 40, 50 years adds a smell, and I'm like, that's what it smelled like. Yeah.
Yeah, hard pass on that. That doesn't sound like
concrete covers the smell of death. Did not know that. Oh, maybe that's why the mob always uses concrete, like in the movies and stuff, right?
Cannot confirm.
Queen Mary was small. Yeah. It wasn't as big, but it looks just like it though when you're like on it, just like a smaller version.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah, the last time I went to that was in 2014, like 10 years ago. And they also had, they had a big, like, they call it like Dark Harbor. That's what they called it, right? But it was a big carnival set up outside, like Halloween, haunted house style stuff. But they had the swing from Michael Jackson's Neverland Ranch there. They bought it at the auction, and they're like, this is the Michael Jackson swing, right? That one that spins around, right? And it was playing Thriller and shit. I'm like, I gotta get on this swing.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
Well, sounds like you had a good time.
Yeah. How are you in voice tattoo? Oh, you mean voice tattoo? Voice. How are you in voice?
Come on, Rob. You're not
what is
hip with the slang?
TAT tattoo? He'll respell it. I don't know what voice tattoo is. Voice tato. Oh, voice tato. How are you in voice tato? Voice potato. Right,
What
Brandon's
is voice
a potato.
potato?
Yeah, well, you're potato, right? Remember? Brandon changed his name to the Mighty James. He's no longer the potato. Yeah. He doesn't want to be he doesn't identify as a potato anymore. So, right, Brandon? Right.
Yeah. It just came down to the fact that I got shadow banned for the longest time, and then I created a new profile, and I don't know if mine's currently the old one's still shadow banned or not, but I got tired of it. Every time I tried to tell somebody, yeah, make a potato, they'd look me up and they couldn't find it, and I'm just like, I give up. Wasn't worth the battle.
Oh, he's in voice chat, Discord. He called me on Discord. I don't have the thing. I don't pay for the thing anymore where everyone logs in. He just called me on Discord.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I know. No stress, man. I can't type for nothing on my phone either.
Oh, Rob is the worst texter in the world. There's nobody worse.
Yeah, I don't even attempt to fix it. I'm like, he'll figure it out. He'll figure it out.
It's like I play word Scrabble when I read his text.
Yeah, I'm like, he'll figure it out. He's a smart potato. I mean, a smart James.
Attempt at all.
Yeah. Girls love him. Girls love Brandon. They do.
They do. They do. Rob's seen it in person. It's, you know,
everyone but your ex-wife. I mean,
Bob.
everyone but the one you love, right, Brandon? That's the catch-22.
Exactly.
Smart and mighty.
No, I mean, I feel like she'd still want me.
Oh no!
I feel like she'd still want me. She just doesn't want to.
No, Brandon. Yeah, I was there 25 years ago. I believed in that. I don't believe it anymore. You know, I'm jaded. I'm like, no, once they're gone, they're gone. Like, they're not coming back.
No. I didn't mean like she wants to be with me. I just meant wants me. Like I feel like I still as the
no, you
the
lost
boy
it.
you want to. You know what? I almost want to bet you.
It's over. Brandon, you're gonna end up in jail. You know, I'm just warning you. You're gonna get an assault charge.
I don't. I am big. Just so everybody knows, Brandon is very big on consent. So that is, I am very big on consent.
Yeah.
That is one of my stipulations. So
hey, Rich lives in Colorado. I gotta go to that Casa Bonita sometime again, man. They renovated it. You know, costs a lot more, but it's got to be way better. I mean, I watched it. It's way better than when I went in 2014 or 2016. Yeah, that was when they were doing the Battle Chasers Kickstarter. Because I backed it on our way to Casa Bonita. Not good food, but Trey and
Shit.
Yeah, what?
That's funny. I don't know. It just made me laugh.
Yeah, it wasn't good food, but we knew it wasn't good food. Everyone said it was horrendous, but Matt and Trey bought it and they renovated it all that, bought a new chef and put millions of dollars into fixing it up and stuff. It's pretty good now.
Nice.
Yeah, Rich has been married for 25 years. I was there for that. The Battle Chasers game. Yeah, the Battle Chasers game is dope, dude. Like, I mean, they did a lot with no budget, you know, so.
Oh, yeah. I never finished it, sadly, because, I don't know, shit came up, and then I never finished it. And
you got time.
I kind of want to go back to it. Yeah.
You know, you got no one's looking for you when you get at night, you know. I mean, Battle Chasers is there for you though, Brandon, right? Battle Chasers.
It's true. There are females that would like to hang out with me and accompany me, but I don't want that right now. So, you know,
Red Monaco will tuck you in, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun. It's super fun. I still have my copy of Danger Girls on PS1, right on the wall.
Really?
Remember the Danger Girl game on PS1, Brandon? I still have my copy. Not a great game, but you know they tried. They tried. I mean, at least it looked like the comic, right? Like they did the best they could.
Oh
you know?
yeah.
They were trying to make a Tomb Raider-like game. I mean, you know, just didn't work out. I managed to work in screenshots from the Spawn SNES game in a few of the issues, so it'll be the first time they've ever put the actual video game in the comics. You know, it's in there. That's in the background. I got the SNES and the PS1 game in so far.
Nice.
Although the SNES game is way better. Like it's actually pretty good. A little slow, but it's actually good. Yeah, League of Legends definitely copied Monica, you know, for certain.
Oh yeah.
They copied Violator. There's something called like Valgath or Valorant, something like that. Because when I posted some Violator stuff I did, these guys were like, "That looks like League of Legends Valorant." And I looked at it, I'm like, "Nah, dog, you got to go back to 1992. Like, they stole from this."
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Joe Mad knows. He's one of the best. Still one of the best. Still one of the best.
I mean, he's going to be your next friend, right? Since you're making all these cool new industry friends, Rob? Leaving us all behind.
Cool new industry friends. But industry friends do I have?
You and Scotty Young are like best buds. You're gonna go,
right, yeah, we're best buds.
You're gonna go.
Yeah. We're gonna go to Casa Bonita together. Yeah.
You're gonna go to Casa Bonita together.
Yeah. And then we're gonna fly out to Dark Harbor and we're gonna ride the Michael Jackson swing. Right.
He's gonna have you smoke some of that wacky tobacco stuff that him and Mafu get down on, and
yeah,
you guys are gonna listen to underground hip hop together. And
Scotty's been very nice to me, but we're not. I would not say we're besties. We're not. I wouldn't even say we're.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. You know, it's cool to be friends with people that aren't Brandon. Cool. Whatever.
That's what I say. I gotta have reserves because I don't know how long you'll last. You know.
Dude, I don't
what?
That's
You're just falling apart before our very eyes, Brandon.
Hey man, you know. Do that. Yeah, I went in there to get my blood drawn. They're like, "You're here for get your blood drawn?" I was like, "I was here for you to put me down. I was hoping you would just give me a solid."
Right.
The old lady at the counter looked mortified, but the younger, guy that's gonna draw the blood, he laughed. He's like, "Dude, that was hilarious." I was like,
he's like, "We can drop you off in the desert, if you'd prefer."
Yeah, he's like, I mean, we could just. I was like, just drain it till it's all gone. I was like, just take it all. Right?
Oh, Rich, did you see the new trailer for this Jay and Silent Bob's Chronic Punch? You should definitely.
What?
Brad, have you seen the new Chronic Punch game? They made a Jay and Silent Bob brawler like Final Fight, but he's got like Wolverine. He's got the Wolverine moves like from the Marvel vs. Capcom, Children of the Atom stuff. Yeah, Jay's got it. Yeah, it's super dope, dude. It's fun. It's super fun. It's called Jay and Silent Bob Chronic Punch. It's hand drawn too. Like they use hand drawn artwork and stuff. It looks great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, might move a little on the slower side, so that's why I say more Final Fight than Capcom Fighter. You know what I mean? But definitely cool. Yeah.
Is that on? What system is that on?
It's gonna be on PlayStation and Xbox and all that stuff. Yeah. Chronic Punch.
Nice.
Rich asked, "Did I see The Empire Strikes Back?" I've seen. Well, yeah. The Revisited. The Empire Strikes Back Revisited. Yes. And Addy-Wan's close to finishing his remasters. He's remastering the trilogy. He gave up on trying to edit the prequels. He's like, he can't do anything with that. So he's been doing an actual like high def version of his A New Hope, Empire, and Jedi. So yeah, but his Empire Strikes Back revisit was great. Like he put in tons of like actual cloud footage and investment, and like he actually built models for the Dagobah stuff and everything to extend the sets out. Super good.
Right.
These right here are Copic markers, and I'm laying down when my head doesn't get. I'm laying down black ink with a brush. Kevin Smith's Redo. Kevin Smith's redo. Maybe Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. And I don't think he's ever done an edit. Star Wars. No, I don't think he's that. I mean, I watch Fat Man on Batman like every week. You excited for X-Men, Brandon, next week?
Heck yes, I am. Stop
Me
myself
too.
from cussing there. I am extremely excited because that was my shit. I used to record over tapes and record episodes, and I would rewatch them. I'd have so many tapes of those that that's, you know what, I can't because on a diet the next 2 weeks, but I really wanted to go fat kid and just get a big bag of Lay's potato chips or Cool Ranch Doritos and like a giant Mountain Dew and just be a fat kid and just be like, I'm just gonna watch.
Be a fat kid.
Like I used to. Yeah, but I can't. So instead, I'll just eat some salted cashews or something and
All right, well,
enjoy it.
send me the link, Rich. Send me the link. We'll check it out.
Is it going to be just the first 2 episodes they're going to have, or
On the 20th, yeah. And then they're doing weekly for the remaining 8.
oh, so we get 10 episodes, huh?
Yep, 10 episodes.
I'm okay with that.
You know, when we were younger, I used to kind of shit on the quality of animation in that cartoon. I mean, I thought the stories were good, but and so we went to Comic-Con. I want to say it was like the 94 or 95 con, and they had an X-Men panel. Well, they had a Fox animation panel, so X-Men was on it, right?
Wow.
Upstairs. And they were taking questions, and I was like, why is the animation not as good as the Batman animated series? I went right for it when I was younger, right?
You're
like,
a dick at Cobb.
a little bit. And I own it. And they were like, so they told me, like, yeah, Batman animated series, they do 200 to 300 shots an episode, and we do 600 to 700 shots because of the nature of the team format, Yeah, 95, yeah. And so, they're like, we're doing like 2 or 3 times the work here, you know what I mean, per episode. So, cut these animators some slack, kid. I was like, yeah, my bad. You got me on that. But I mean, we're definitely going to get a higher quality, level of animation on this now, just because, modern techniques and blah, blah, blah.
Oh, yeah.
I prefer to do character design off the page, but when it comes to sometimes you have to do it on the page, and it's kind of a pain in the ass. It was the same year. I shook J Leak. Yeah, for certain. Yeah, I ran into. It was the 2001 Comic-Con I went to, and they put Artist Alley on the far left side of Comic-Con at the time. So I was over there, and Jim Lee hadn't done Batman yet, so kids didn't know who he was. Which is really weird because like 10 years before, he literally came out and was like that scene in Man of Steel or just BVS where they're all reaching out to touch Superman. I saw that with Jim Lee.
Yeah.
And he was sitting there, and these kids were like, can you draw manga? He was like, oh yeah, manga. So like, yeah, he was super annoyed with it. So I was getting a kick out of that because I was like, man, times are changing. And I look over to my left, and there was those pillars, those pillars that Comic-Con. And Kevin Smith is just sitting there reading a comic, right, chilling. And he had Spidey sense. He stops and looks up and looks at me because he knew he was being looked at, right?
Yeah.
And he had this look on his face, like, oh no, you know. And I just put like on the low at my hand. I went, don't worry, you know. And he was like,
yeah,
you know, thank you, you know. Like I had a silent conversation with Silent Bob, right? You know? Yeah. And I just looked away and didn't pay him any more attention.
You just did the like Derek Jeter thing where you just tipped your hat to him and like, I acknowledge you, sir.
Yeah, but he talked to me in Silent Bob. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
That was when we talked with Todd the first time about articulation toy me. That was the second time. Well, yeah, with Todd, yeah. The first though was the 94 con when we bugged that. Remember there was that I told the story to Todd. They had this booth in the 94 con when they were first showing the prototypes for the series 2 of the Spawn toys. And there was this older woman running the booth, and they had the mold for the Malbolgia, and the sculpts, Brandon, were twice the size of the toys. The toy's 15 inches tall. This was 30 inches tall. And the Bad Rock was twice the size of the Bad Rock. You know, that toy's like this big. It was like this big. It was crazy.
That thing was like a 12-inch toy.
Yeah, I thought that was the size of the toy. No one told me, right? So I was like, this Malbolgia. And then I asked the lady, I was like, how you say this dude's name? And she's like, it's Malbolgia. And I'm like, oh, all right. And then I was telling her, this is what I told Ty. I was telling her about the Violator truck. I was like, you know, the problem you have with this Violator truck is his tongue doesn't stick out. You should have like a sticky tongue. You know, like the sticky hand? You should have a sticky tongue. So you can reach out there, grab Spawn, and, you know, latch on to stuff. And she was like, aren't you a little old to be playing with Violator trucks and stuff? I'm like, no. So I'm definitely putting the Violator truck. That's why I put the Violator truck on the cover to issue 1. So, and I gave it the sticky tongue. It's got a big tongue on there now. Yeah, and I made that happen.
I know you were telling Todd how his toys should be.
Yeah.
Listen up, Todd McFarlane. This is how your toys should be, sir.
Yeah, I told him, I'm like, I always thought that Violator truck should have a sticky tongue. You know, it made no sense to me. Violator has a big tongue. Yeah, you still got your Bad Rock dope.
I mean, and you technically didn't give up on that, Rob. You're like, I will find a way one day to change this damn truck.
No, but I always said if I could, I would find it. Yeah.
Then you did.
Yeah, but it did not have a sticky tongue. It needed one though. And like a canister of slime and shit. You know what I mean? They could like spit it out. Yeah. Yeah. No, your mom sold it. That sucks. It's pretty cheap to get the Violator trucks on eBay. They don't go for that much. But yeah, Copic markers are pretty dope. They make some cheaper markers that are just as good now, Rich, called Ohuhu. Ohuhu. They cost what Copics used to cost. When I bought Copics here, they were like $2 or $3 a marker. Now they're like $7 or $8. And the Ohuhus cost the $7 or $8.
I even bought some cheaper than that off Amazon. It was like $140 for like, I don't know, 20.
Yeah, but I need individual colors, and Ohuhu still don't quite do that. Some of them are refillable, you know, so I still kind of just buy the Copic refills. But once their full set becomes refillable, I'll go with that. Yeah. Yeah. I know. Those 3D printers are dope. He's got a 3D printer, so he's like, I can print my own toys. There's this guy that's been doing really dope turtle print 3D prints and like limited figures, Rich. I'll send you a link to it. Like, he did these turtle sculpts, but then his paint jobs are dope. He did he painted the turtles black, but then put like cartoonish skeleton parts on them that glow in the dark.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, they're dope, right, Brandon?
Yeah,
like,
dope.
yeah,
Yeah,
really
I've been
great.
following that guy for a year or two.
Yeah, you should check that.
I had a 3D printer. Not so much. I let her have it.
I still practice straight line. Well, you know, Rich, the way I sort of got around that was the dot to dot technique. You know, which is really helpful because like you can do it anywhere. You know, when you got free time and stuff. But where you do like a dot and then you put a dot and then you tap it with your pen and then your pen to each dot and then you stop and with your arm you connect the two. You draw a straight line. You draw a line using your whole arm to those dots. You do small, then you work bigger and bigger. I mean, I'm sure the stroke made that very difficult, you know. But that technique is how I like. Is how I learned how to do all that. I was doing that for years, just at when I had like Kinkos in college and stuff. I'd spend all night doing that. Just pages and pages of dots, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, that's dope. $1,500 for a 3. But you bought a lot of toys. You get your money's worth out of that. The left hand. Yeah, he had to switch hands because of the stroke. You know who had the same thing, man? Was Frazetta. Frazetta had a stroke, and he had to learn to paint with his left hand. He did it. Did a great job. They're a little softer, but they still look great, man. There's a Frank Frazetta documentary where you can watch him doing it when he was still alive. It's pretty dope.
Whoa, spoiler alert, he died?
Yeah. Shocking. That happens.
Not for me. I'm going to live forever.
Like your marriage.
Forever is a couple weeks from now. What's up, guys?
You laugh first. That means I can laugh. That's how that works.
Yeah, no, it's funny. Laugh through the pain, or some shit.
The right draw a little better with the left. I bet. I always wondered if you were more of a lefty than when we were kids, Rich. You know, I always wondered, did they ever make you? I met Rich in the 4th grade, so maybe not, but it's possible. I always wondered if they, before we met, if they had ever made you, you know, you weren't allowed to use the green scissors. Did you have the green scissors, Brandon? When we were kids,
like
the left
special
scissors
kid?
had green handles. So the green scissors were for the lefties.
I thought that was like for like, you know.
No, but they would have special green rubber gripped scissors for lefties. You know, they were left-handed scissors. Your mom was a lefty, right? Yeah, I wonder. Yeah, if I ever had a stroke and I had to redraw my other hand, I probably wouldn't do anything technical. I would just stick to like pastel landscapes and stuff like that.
Just soft stuff.
Yeah. They forced you. She said they forced you to be. Yeah, I wondered about that. Yeah. Right. I think I vaguely remember us talking about that in the 4th. I just for some reason I remembered the conversation, the green scissors. We probably had that conversation like 30 years ago. But yeah. After 3 months. Yeah. I mean, I have the knowledge, so it's of what to do. It's just to, you know, once you're forced to move to another direction, you know. Hey, Brandon. Rich used to be Rich.
Yeah.
Rich was the best gamer I ever knew. Right?
Uh-huh.
He was so good at GoldenEye. We forced him to play the game with 2 controllers on 2 separate screens, one-handed. Because, yeah, that's how good he'd still win. Yeah, it's true. Alec in the movie. Not the dot to dot stuff. Like, you know, like I learned that technique in 2003 from Feng Shu. But yeah. But I knew to draw with my whole arm. I mean, we had those Disney animators would show up, Brandon, like on TV, and they'd show you draw with your whole arm. But I didn't understand how to like do all of the like, control, right? Like that came later. Yeah. Brandon thought he was good at video games until he went on Twitch and got his ass handed to him by all these kids. Right? No. That was when we played Fortnite. You were no good at Fortnite.
Fortnite.
Yeah.
No, I'm not good at Fortnite.
He's not good at Fortnite.
Now, if we're playing Madden or Apex, I could fucking just own people, like. But Fortnite, third-person shooter, and the mechanics are so weird on that game as far as, like, just the way you have to move and shoot. It's not. I don't know. If Fortnite had like a way you could switch to first-person shooter, that'd be dope. I'd be all about that.
Can't do first-person shooters, man. They'll get it. Get nauseous. Really, GoldenEye didn't do it to me. It was Perfect Dark. Perfect Dark was the first one I ever played where I was like, this is making me woozy. You know. I think it's the motion blur. Honestly, I don't have the issue in 3D. Like when I play like Oculus Quest games and stuff. No problem.
Right. Remember when I first tried your Oculus and I got so sick.
Yeah, but you tried the dev kit. It's not the same as what they have now. You know.
Yeah, that shit
used to play NFL 2K this weekend. Yeah. NFL 2K. Till the evil EA got the exclusive NFL license and ruined football games. Yeah, it was definitely an upgrade. It's just the variable frame rate, I think, fucked with my head. I just have to like tap out after a half hour. Like, well, that was fun. I'll come back to that later. I ended up beating it. Like, we had to do co-op and stuff to do it, you know. Makes you want to. Yeah. I'm looking forward to playing Sandland actually here in another month. You know what Sandland is, Brandon?
No, what is that?
It's based off the manga by Akira Toriyama. He actually put together with his company. They built this game and an anime at the same time. So it's like you play this little demon and you're in like a desert, like a sort of like a Mad Max kind of desert, but you know, Dragon Ball Toriyama style. And there's demons, but they're not bad. They're just kind of mischievous and stuff. And you have like tanks, so it's got like metal slug stuff. Like you get these different tanks, you can customize all of them and stuff. And then, yeah, it's super fun, dude.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah. Play Perfect Dark on 720p against lieutenants and captains in Costco for money. See, I told you because Rich was great, really good at video games. And we always wanted to go to Sunnyvale. It's this, you ever see the Karate Kid, Brand?
Yeah.
First movie, that theme park they go to, that little water slide park? It's there.
Yeah, we all love Jaden Smith. Go ahead.
Yeah, and so they would have these Street Fighter tournaments there every year. Like really the official ones. Like they'd come around the world to play this stuff. And it would be like the best Japanese player would show up, the Americans, and they would fight it out. And, 1 year, this dude, the American, won it like the first time. We always wanted to go, but never got the chance to. This is pre-Evo and something. I'll play anything that looks like Dragon Quest. Yeah, 100%. Something Overlord. Yeah, Overlord Unicorn. Unicorn Overlord. Yeah, super good, man. It's Vanillaware. It's like Dragon. It's like Ogre Battle. It's a strategy RPG, but it's one where you like manage your armies and they auto fight. But it's really good, actually. A little different intuitively to play, but yeah, and it's all hand drawn. Like Brandon, you remember like Odin Sphere or Dragon's Crown or Miramasa? Yeah, Vanilla War is great, dude. Yeah. I just don't have the hours to put into an RPG right now, so I will have to pick that up later. But I buy everything they do, so I'll get it, So I don't know when I'm gonna have a chance to play. But Sandland's a little bit more adventure-y. You can kind of just get into it really quick. I can put in.
You know what everybody could pick up right now?
Oh yeah, I have a video game
Berserk
out.
Boy.
I forgot.
Yeah.
Yay! I got a video game out right now on the Nintendo Store and Steam. Berserk Boy. If you like Sonic Advance, or if you like Mega Man X, Berserk Boy sits somewhere around there, and it's got Akira Toriyama style hair in the game. Lots of good effects, animations. Zoo hooked all that effects animation up and stuff, dude. Well, he hooked all the animation up, really. But his effects animation super. It plays really smooth. We got a 80% Metacritic right now. So it's pretty good, dude. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
I think Crash 4 had a 76. So Crash 4 had a 76, and that was our highest rated game they'd ever done. Hard, dude.
Rob said for every download, I get 30 cents. So that's why I'm plugging it. He said he'd give me 30 cents. So we need you guys to buy that so I can get 30 cents.
You want some marks? I still have some old German marks sitting around somewhere.
Yeah, that'll go over well, Rob. Let me get some German marks. I'll put it on my Mega Potato page.
Sunnyvale, yeah. The Street Fighter Alpha 2 tourney. I always wanted to go to that, dude, back in the day. Kind of wish we had made that trip right before I left. But I was a little less adventurous at that time. But I mean, I made it to almost everything else, like E3s and SeaGrafts and all that stuff, but never made it to the Street Fighter tournaments in Sunnyvale. Alex Val plays 4th in Street Fighter 2. Yeah, it was Alex Val who won that one, dude. They gave them like their gifts. It was so cute. Their gifts were actual animation cells from the Street Fighter animated movie. Brandon.
What?
Mm-hmm. Pretty dope, right?
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Well, I want.
Alpha 2 was all Americans. It won all Alpha 2. Yeah. I still look, for me, I still think Alpha 3 is the best game out of that series, or probably my favorite Street Fighter. But Alpha 2 and Street Fighter 3 hit pretty close. I'm still an Alpha 3 guy myself. But the Alpha series is the best Street Fighter series. I don't care what anyone says.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah. I love Capcom's. Like, everyone likes Marvel vs. Capcom, but I prefer Children of the Atom and Marvel superheroes.
Yeah.
And
I
X-Men
have
Street Fighter
all
was dope
those
too.
on that emulator that I got for Christmas from the best friend. It's got all those. It's got all the alphas. It's got all the Marvel vs. Capcom, Marvel superheroes, Children of the Atom. It's got like all of them, and I'm so happy because like I love just playing those before bed if I can't sleep.
Yeah, but Alpha 3 let you pick your style, which is what I like. You can play the Alpha 2 style, or you can play two different styles. So you can flip your play style, which I really liked. Design is taking a little bit longer than I thought. No better way to play than with the joysticks. Yeah. I got one of those pro arcade stick with all the sandwall buttons and stuff, and I had them lay out the buttons in the Thanos Jewel configuration, so I could play Marvel superheroes with a Thanos Jewel like setup.
Yeah.
I'm no good anymore. Like, I just don't play enough to be any good at it, but I do have fun playing. I don't even attempt to be good. I'm like, I just fun. So that might be the nerdiest thing I've ever heard you say around. It's pretty up there.
Yeah.
Pretty up there.
Yeah.
Thanks for hanging out, Rich. I appreciate it, buddy. Yeah, send me the link though to that Kevin Smith bit whenever you find it. All right, no rush, but whenever you find it, so I'll definitely check it out. Thanks for hanging out, brother. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Later.
Good time. Always welcome. Good time. Good time.
Life over here. Crazy.
Huh?
Oh, just like I said, I got my blood drawn today, you know. So it's just when I leaned down, I got the sniffles from the rain because it was raining all day today, like
You got
insane
COVID.
pouring,
Can you
bloody.
die from COVID now?
No, I mean like if
Measles?
if I could
SARS?
just before
SRV?
I have to sign the papers.
Oh.
If we could do it before I sign the papers, so just like, you know, she has to have to go through more legal trouble. No, but just when I leaned forward, my head feels a little heavy because, you know, I donated a pint today, so just, and then I also got the sniffles from all the damn rain. So just every time I lean my head forward because I'm painting, like, oh, I bring my head back up and then I do my little sniffle, my little sniffles. And I go like that. Got the sniffles. And also I'm a little lightheaded. It's funny, I sat down, I mean it's not funny, but I thought it was funny. I sit down and the guy's like, yeah, it'll take about 5 to 10 minutes to do your blood. And I was like, no, sir. I average 3 minutes and 45 seconds. He's like, dude, no one goes that fast. And I said, hand me the squishy ball. And he hands the little squish thing to me. 3:43, sir. He came back. He's like, oh, maybe something's wrong with the machine. I'm like, nope. And he looks at me. He's like, damn, 3:43. You said 3:45. I was like, yeah, below average today, baby. Ain't messing around. Let's go. I'm going to be here 5-10 minutes.
Then the narrator jumps in and tells everyone how you actually had a rare blood disease. No one knew. They were just impressed.
I mean, I hope. At least it's something unique about me. You know what I mean? It'd be like, oh, all right. I am special. After all, I'll show you, Mom. An ex-wife.
You just call your ex-wife
You
mom?
gotta show up. No, I said I'll show you, Mom and ex-wife.
Oh, okay.
Like, the women.
They said mom, ex-wife. I was like,
the women
that's
who
weird,
have
man.
deserted me in my life, you know? The women who just didn't show up for me when I needed them, kind of thing, you know?
Tell us where it hurts, man.
Everywhere. I'm not going to tell you guys. I'll tell my therapist. I don't need to tell you guys.
Tell me therapist.
Whatever. Jerk. Well, you know, it's funny. So my mom, you get a kick out of this. But, you know, for those who don't know, me and Rob didn't have the best childhoods with mothers who didn't want us. But my mom, like, hits me up. She's like, you know, her boyfriend she's had for a couple of years, he might have to move to Vegas for his job because he's like an engineer or something.
Mm-hmm.
He makes good money. He's actually not a bad guy. But he's like, so if you want to live at the house for rent-free and you just got to maintain it, do the yard work, all that shit, which was my grandma's house. And I'm just like, we'll talk about that first because I feel there's going to be a catch to that. My mom has a, like, ranch style, for people that don't know. Obviously, you don't know. My mom has a ranch style house with, like, a quarter acre.
Yeah, what's the catch?
Land. So it's like, yeah, I know. I was like, yeah, we'll see, Mom. I go, once you find out what you guys are doing. But, like, how funny would that be, though, if Jessica divorces me and then I get a fucking ranch style house rent-free? I just have this giant house for no reason.
That'd be nice if your mom actually helped you for once. I'm all for it.
I know, I know, right? Oh, you'd think with all this troubled past, I'd be a better artist, but
no, you don't put in the effort.
there you go. There it is. There it is.
What?
There's the mistake.
What?
There it is.
You don't. I tell you all the time, do
Right.
this thing for like 60 days and you give it 60 minutes.
I do not give it 60 minutes, okay?
Barely 60 minutes. Maybe like
40,
6 minutes.
45, all right? 45.
Yeah.
You get a solid 45 out of me.
Yeah. When it comes to art, you're not disciplined, Brandon. You know, you have a lot of passion, just not a lot of discipline.
Thanks. I appreciate that compliment.
You're welcome.
Yeah, that's right. All I heard was you're passionate, Brandon. That's all I heard.
Yeah.
That's all I heard.
You're like, yeah, I know perspective. Yeah. And then,
More passion.
Yeah.
More energy.
yeah, light filter, learn how to draw. La, la, la. And then you're like, you know, you do what you do. I'm like, all right, don't worry about raw life. You worry about yourself.
Rob Liefeld worries about me. Pepperidge Farm remembers. I still love to this day that Rob Liefeld was not happy with me, and then he literally was behind us at that Comic-Con. Oh, that was good times. Those were good times.
It's a little tricky. Sometimes you have like no space to do something, and they're like, you got to put a bunch of stuff on it. And the more stuff you put on a character, the more you lose their silhouette, and you can lose their motion. They can become stiff. So it's like keeping the energy of a gestural drawing, but maintaining the details of technical illustration. It's constantly the battle I'm up against. And I think I make it look easy, but I can assure you it is not.
That's true.
Like
I'm not making it look easy.
Did you see the Crow trailer, Brandon?
I did.
What did you think?
And okay, here's the thing, right? There's no replacing Brandon. The original Crow is my all-time favorite movie. There will never be another movie that will ever have a place in my heart like that. Okay? Now, this one, honestly, because I know it's based more off the book, the comic book, the original source material by James O'Barr, I'm not upset with what I saw. I'm intrigued, and I'll go see it because obviously I love the original so much, and also I did not like the sequel so much, So it's I wasn't mad at it.
I don't think it should be. I don't think it should be called Eric Draven. I think they should just give it a new name, though. I don't, because even in the comic, he had that David Bowie, 80s hair, and it's like, I mean, I'm not against what they're doing, but it's just like it just could have just been, its own character. That's probably, there is a cinematic Eric Draven, and it's like, and he doesn't even play guitars, like I guess, or music or anything. So that was in the comic, So I don't.
Yeah.
I don't fully.
It definitely. That's what I'm saying. It shouldn't have been Eric Draven. Because the Crow entity. The whole.
It could be anything. It could be any.
It could be anybody.
It didn't even need to be now. Like, why? I've always wanted to do a Crow story. I mean, I have a story. I've told you guys before. Like back in '96, I conjured up a story for the Crow I just called it 1939 or what. I never did the research to know when, but it's whenever like the fascists took over in Italy, and so I wanted this to be like a female opera, like an opera singer, and her lover were like opera singers, right? Like the tragedy and comedy masks, right? And they get. The Nazis kill her boyfriend or whatever, who's Jewish or something, and he was the comedy, and she wears the tragedy mask. That's the Crow, right? Like that's where that comes from. And I had like an Alanis Morissette soundtrack all laid out to it and shit. And she had like the Tommy gun with the trench coats, and like it's all wet with the water gondolas and stuff, And it's like, I just think
I might pay you to do a watercolor of that. That'd be pretty. Just the way you're describing it, that would be dope to see. Like that would be.
But the thing is, I've thought about that. In order to draw that, I would have to find a way. I know this sounds weird, but it's like I would have to find a way to, and I don't think I can, but to get it as close to the Bachalo Mark Buckingham look from like Gen X,
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's not like how I draw. Like I don't even think like that, but that's how I always envisioned it.
Right.
So I don't know.
That would fit her, really well too. Yeah, so I mean, I'm gonna go see it.
You could set the Crow during the French Revolution. You could set the Crow anywhere in the world, at any time. And it's like, why now? Why now's the least interesting time to do this story? You know what I mean? Like, we have horrible aesthetics right now. All right, I'm sorry. Fashion's no good. The tattoos are people's tattoos aren't even designed. There's just whatever the hell they felt like putting on them one day. Like I don't know. We're in a transition period design wise. Like it'll eventually it'll all work out. But this is the worst I've seen since like 87 to like 91 when they didn't know where the 80s was going. It was a really weird time.
I mean, there's certain things in the trailer I thought were visually cool looking. Like I'm like, oh, okay, that you couldn't do before. You know, when he's getting shot up like crazy and the way he moves. You know, when he's getting.
Yeah, it was a good shot.
It reminds me of. It reminds me of like almost like V for Vendetta when he's getting lit up. You know, that whole. It looked good. It was a good shot. I was like, all right, this is dope. You know, and like when he's the crows are all around him and he falls into the water and you know certain shots. I was like, okay, I visually it looks intriguing to me. I'm like, all right, I'm down. It's you know, it's the first one. There's nothing that will ever top in my brain the first one.
But it needs a musical component. And I'm sorry, you know, I'm not going to call it mumble rap. It isn't, but it's like modern club music. It's not, I don't know, man. It doesn't have the same. There's no, I don't know. I know people go, oh, Rob, it's because you're old. No, that's not it at all. You know, I know what cool is, and this stuff is not. It's not cool. So
right.
I almost think like if you could take like the White Stripes and team them up with Prodigy, you'd have something there. You know what I mean? Like you need.
Oh hell yeah! Like if
right.
you had Prodigy with a White Stripes like remix when he's, you know, just wrecking people that. It's like that heavy shit, and you're like.
Right.
And then maybe have some that real raspy vocals. Like, yeah, that would hit.
It just there needs an edge, and it doesn't have an edge. Like it's trying, you know, but
right.
So you know, there's a je ne sais quoi. It's hard to describe, you know, but it doesn't look bad. It's not like I look at it and go, "Oh, that looks horrible." I have friends who feel that way, you know. And I totally get why they do, and I would support. You know, if they feel that way, I get it. I'm not like, oh my god, this is, you know, not at all. I'm just like, don't call that shit Eric Draven, you know, like that's ridiculous, you know.
Yeah.
Mark Rush says, I literally just watched it. Kind of feel like they just made it another superhero movie. Well, to be fair, the 94 Crow comes across as a superhero movie too. Meets John Woo, meets, you know, David Fincher, or even knew who David Fincher was. Alien 3, but I don't think anyone was thinking that, right?
Right.
And there's definitely like with the red skies. I mean, somewhere between Blade Runner and Batman the Animated Series, that movie, right? Like very definitely Blade Runner, you know. So like, I get that. It's just it doesn't have the right musical component to elevate. You know. Let me give you the energy I'm thinking of is like, did you see the Monkey Man trailer?
Yeah,
like that has more of that kind of edge, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So
I get that. And that looks cool to me too. Like,
yeah, that looks great.
I'm excited to see that. So.
But guys, I mean, let's be fair. I had to sit through Highlander Endgame where they promised me Duncan and Connor would meet and it never even wasn't even in the movie. I mean, what do you want me to I had to sit through that was at Dimensions or whatever. Endgame was what Mario Van Peebles where he was pretending to be the Kurgan. Remember that one? That one pissed me off to no end. You know, I've seen worse installments of these kinds of movies, but
yeah, again, I mean, it doesn't really bad. I don't.
But it didn't need to be called. It could have been called anything. You know what I mean? That's kind of the deal. Like, all right. What else? 3, 4.
How late you going to tonight?
What time is it?
9:30.
About an hour or till like 11 my time, 10 your time.
Okay. 11 your time, 10.
I'm just doing like roughy lines because I have to.
Mm-hmm.
A very complex character, dude. To like, I'm designing it on the page too, so it's like. You know me, Brandon. I can't just throw down silhouettes and dry brush and let people just imagine what a character looks like. That's a modern technique, dude, that I just can't stand these days, dude.
I hate dry brush. I hate it so much.
They ruined it. At least it looked cool to me, right? But they've all just it's the modern version of cross-hatching, right?
Yes, and I'm not
metallic cross-hatching.
There's certain watercolor artists that I know that have very big following, and they'll do a lot of loose watercolor and then a lot of black dry brush over it to fill in a lot of the space, and they get a lot of likes. But me, I'm just like, I prefer a nice cell shaded with a nice.
Well, it's not just that, but there's just everyone's doing it. You know, everyone has the Clip Studio Paint or Procreate brushes, and they're just doing that. And it's like, and they're using it to make up for drawing anything. And it's like, I get it, deadlines, I get it, but it's getting too gestural. You know, like at some point, man, it's like, you know, I don't know. I don't do that. I can't. I could do it, but I'm like, I need to draw stuff, man. You know, that's why I love like Carlos Maglia. I can still look at Carlos Maglia's stuff because the dude drew lines, and I'm like, I can always look at these lines. I don't know, man. You know, like strong shape design with, you know, like tight line art, dude. I just think that never gets, especially when they start adding like, look at Bill Watterson, the way he draws like different lines inside lines, you know. And that guy used a brush, you know, but he didn't. Everything was still well drawn, you know. And so I just feel like the crutch of the dry brush it's just gotten too much, man. You know, the whole industry could take a step back from that.
Yeah.
Man, Dika says he hopes Monkey Man, they all break into song in the middle of a fight. Hey, man, if they did like a Bollywood Crow, I'd watch that. Like if it were serious, you know? Like... Seriously awesome.
I wish like almost like take a different era. Like either go like you said old, you know, or go Cyberpunk Blade Runner if you're gonna do, you know, just go further. It doesn't have to be like even a mechs, just go neon lights further down.
You don't even have to go like Cyberpunk. You can go into that, you know, they call that what's that aesthetic? It's that beautiful dystopia aesthetic where like everything's overgrown with plants and stuff, you know? You can do like an apocalyptic future where there's still cities and it's overgrown with foliage everywhere.
That'd be dope. Instead of desert.
Right, yeah. So, you know. Because you can do a complex world with a simple story, and Crow's a pretty... Yeah, It's Hard's always a simple, like, love story meet with revenge, you know? So it lends itself to that.
Yeah. What's love? I can do that, Rob.
The more you add stuff on top of shapes, the more you lose the silhouette of the original shape. It's I don't describe it, dude. You know, like without like. I'm trying not to lose the initial shape.
Don't lose it, Rob. Don't do it. Oh, he lost it. He lost it, everybody. It's gone. Oh, I know what Rob's going to say before he says it.
You think that? You think you know what I want to say?
Yeah, I just said Rob lost the initial shape, and you're going to be like, yeah, it's kind of like you lost your wife.
No, I wasn't going to say that. I wasn't going to say that at all.
Lies.
I was going to say like when you were thin.
Fight me, Rob.
Your soccer days, you had a shape, and now, you know.
Fight me.
What?
You wouldn't fight me. Big boy.
Fight you? No. I would lose. I would lose in a fight.
Someone else said that at work the other day. They looked at me and they're like, I wouldn't fight you. I was like, why are you even thinking that? Like, why? He's like, I don't know, you're a big
I've
dude.
lost way more fights than I ever won. You know, I win in other ways. I can hurt you emotionally. You know, I can shoot you when you're not looking. You know? Yeah, that's why wars aren't fought in hand-to-hand combat anymore, Brandon. You know? Right. Like, just saying. I forgot to tell Richard, just send me pics of those toys he's making.
Right.
I'll have to text him.
Did he say what kind of 3D printer he has?
He gave the dimensions. It was like $1,700 thing. But...
The one we had, Jessica's parents bought for us one Christmas. It was like easily like an $800, $900 3D printer. It was really nice, from Germany.
Mm-hmm.
It was a real nice one. I can't remember the name. It was like black and orange though, but it was dope. I liked it a lot. I printed a Raphael, which all the pieces for it and everything. I don't know if I ever glued. I didn't glue them all together. So I wonder if I still have the pieces or if I lost it during the move. It'd be nice if I still had them, but obviously I wasn't like, yeah, but I might still have it. Well, the guy that does the Ninja Turtles and all the different stuff that we follow, like his stuff's dope. I just can't afford it, you know. I think he wants like 180 or 200 for like just one of those figurines, something like that, or 300. I don't remember.
Yeah, it's so expensive because the paint jobs, dude. You know what I mean? Like they're so good. Those paint jobs are so good, dude. I'm like,
oh, they're great. Like
I don't have the money for
he
it.
Definitely is. He's worth what he's charging, but I can't afford it. But
Bloopy says hi. Oh, Bloopy, haven't seen you in a while.
Hey, Bloop. Yeah.
Bloopy says he's been lurking in my past streams. Sketchcraft, that diamond brush sounded awesome. Jack of all trades. Yeah, the diamond brush. I'll definitely have to do some demos with it for real. But I used it to draw the Berserk Boy art that's, you know, on the Nintendo store and stuff. All those figures. There was all done with the diamond brush. The cover art and stuff.
Remember, every Berserk Boy purchase gives Brandon 30 cents from Rob. You heard it here first, folks.
You think that? It's interesting.
Still waiting on my $1. You still owe me $1.
For what?
I don't know. I just remember I always wanted $1 from you, and you said, no, I will not give you $1.
You owe me money from the last help I gave you, so you can figure that one out on your own.
That's why I'm here. That's why I'm...
Oh, this is help.
This is help.
Okay.
If you want money, you got the wrong friend.
You just, yeah, well, apparently you could throw away $80 on conventions. No big deal. No big deal.
Yeah, that hurt. That hurt, man. That really did. I was like, this sucks. I'm just like, you know, I'm like, this is not. Ugh.
I remember, they owed me money when I was with Game Fan, and Tom was going up to Anaheim. He's like, you can come up here and hang out at the booth and sell some prints and stuff. I'm like, all right, I'll go up Anaheim. I mean, that should be a pretty good con, right? I didn't think, oh, across the street from Disneyland, no one's gonna fucking spend money at that con, and no one spent money at the con, and so it cost me, you know, $40-50 to fill up the gas to go up there, right? And so now I'm out money, and Tom's like, you want to go to dinner? I'm like, no, I just want to go home, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so I left, drove all night, came back, and then I just put out, you know, a call for $20 commissions and just did like 10 of them, you know what I mean? And gave myself $200. You know, or
I think I remember that. I think I loaded up.
Yeah. Loopy says, I like the new overlays you made. You said you were going to draw a new version of what we change. Well, what I want to do is I was talking like over the next year or so, but what I want to do is put this stuff. I want to hand draw some of these logos and more of them, but I want to start to take some of my characters like Bombcat, Kacho, and all them, and I want to do like limited animation with those, you know, maybe in Fresco, you know, because I hear it's easier, but you know, we'll see. But I want to start to add like little animations and stuff like this Rob. I want to redraw my Rob portrait and then have him a little animated, and maybe have the other characters pop up in there, make it a little bigger, huh?
My work bought me Procreate Dreams if you want me to try it on that.
Yeah, Fresco actually has better for limited animation because like you can do a lot of motion pathing and stuff like that. Yeah.
I have Adobe Fresco, and
I don't like talking about things I'm going to do because I never do them as fast as you want. You know what I mean? But it's like, and I don't even know how well I'll take to the program. I've tried the desktop version, and because it's literally the fucking iPad app on the desktop, there are just certain things that don't translate well, you know?
Right.
So I might have to use my iPad to do this, which, you know, not the greatest, but I can do all my art in Photoshop and then take it over there and do vector tracing and stuff. Chris Polecki or whatever, he's like a really cool, like, street sort of lettering kind of artist, right? He does a lot of graphic design, lettering, limited animations. He puts out a ton of fucking Adobe Fresco videos, and he has some pretty cool like simple brushes in Fresco. I might go in there and see if I can adapt what he's already figured out with the diamond shapes and stuff, you know, see if I can create like a hybrid brush, you know. So, because I just want it to move the way you can import your brushes into Fresco from Photoshop, but not to the vector. You know, like in Clip Studio Paint, you can use your raster brushes as vector brushes, but you can't do that. You can't do that in Fresco. So. And Nika says, I sometimes feel like I get more excited to do projects than just doing them at all. I don't. I have to like completely envision what I want to do in my head, so I know exactly what I'm going to go do. And then I have to have a very clear vision of what I want to do. And then I just hyper focus on getting that done. I don't really enjoy planning a bunch of things. You know, because, you know, people always go, what happened to the thing? What's the thing you were going to do? You said you can do the thing. Like, oh, shut up. You know, like you'll never see a post. I'm going to do this, guys. This crazy thing's coming. It doesn't happen. I just go posting things or don't post things, you know. This podcast might be the closest thing where I'm like, yeah, I'm working on stuff, but I can't share it for obvious reasons, you know. So why don't we look at some art I did before, you know? Like, I don't know why I didn't think of this earlier, but it seems like a pretty obvious idea, but not a lot of people do it. I've never seen it, so, you know, I'm sure someone's doing it. Like, maybe I'm the first, but I don't know. I also have 10 years worth of videos like stored, so slightly different position than most people, you know. Hey, is the X-Men cartoon, is it good? It's not out, comes out on the 20th, and the word is it's excellent. They had a premiere at the El Capitan 2 or 3 days ago, and everyone I know that went said it was really great. Yeah.
Nice. El Capitan.
Finally, some good entertainment. I know, right? Hey, look, man, I really enjoyed House of Ninjas on Netflix. I think the last episode, they did that thing, man, where you're like, this needed 12 episodes, not 8 to do this story, you know?
Yeah.
So it's not as convoluted at the end as some of the Marvel stuff, but it is unfortunate because it kind of has a really great pacing the first 4 or 5 episodes, and then they cram all this stuff in around the 5th and 6th episode. It's just like, all right, it's not bad, but you're having to make leaps to kind of fill in the gaps, you know, like, you know, just go back to the 12 episode model, you know. You imagine the they have a lot of combination of 2 to 3D in that cartoon, man. The animation is going to be good. Can't wait. I wonder how people are going to feel when they see Magneto in the 80s outfit. I didn't spoil that. That's everyone. Yeah.
And people are going to be like, the people that don't know, they're going to be like, what is this shit? It's like, dude, like, know your history, nerd.
I just wonder, because they already said season 2 is written and they're working on season 3. Man, I hope they do Age of Apocalypse, Brandon.
Oh my
man,
God.
I hope they do Age of Apocalypse, dude.
I will shit a brick.
Oh man, with the what they're doing now. Oh, Brandon, if you want to see me actually fucking geek the fuck out, like.
Oh yeah. Could you imagine that art and you just the first opening scene is Wolverine.
Yes, with the flying sentinels and
he's riding a sentinel. Yeah,
riding the sentinel. Yeah,
right where I was going.
The
sentinel.
The sick ass Joe Mad designs, dude, with the sentinels and the Magneto with the ponytail, the side tails, dude, coming out his helmet and shit. The Colossus with the fucking head dude bandana. Right?
That's it. Somebody commissioned me, please, to do an Age of Apocalypse design, please. Someone go to my
No,
Instagram,
see,
Mighty
you're
James
basically
Art.
commissioning me because I'll have to fix Brandon's fucking shit, dude. Like,
hey. All right, it's called breakdown. Right, that's what I have daily. Okay?
Right. Yeah, I like X-Men Evolution. I like X-Men Evolution. Not as good as the '90s stuff, but it was good. I actually called that Disney X-Men at the time because it had a very Disney-like art style. It's because the guy Bancroft, whoever the fucking lead dude who did the designs was a Disney dude, but it was good, you know. But then they quickly like renamed it to X-Men and the Wolverine, or X-Men, Wolverine and the X-Men, and it was like, alrighty, you know, that's a shame. But I didn't see all the Apocalypse. I don't think I saw that Age of Apocalypse episode of Evolution. But I mean, I'm sure it was dope. But you know, kind of want to see it now. You know. You there, Brandon?
Yeah, I'm there. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. It sometimes goes in and a little out. It's like it's on Discord, so.
It's like everyone loves that Dark Knight Returns animated movie they made, and it's fine. It's not bad, but I still prefer the little sequence they did in the Batman the Animated Series because they actually had hand painted backgrounds and they actually used shadows. You know, and I like that design better than the one they used in the animated movie. It's cool that a cartoon like this can exist, but the business is streaming, so it's like, yeah, I stay away from the business stuff, man. Like that's for them to figure out, you know. Like everyone online now wants to talk about studio budgets, and I'm like, if you think that's affecting the price of your tickets, it isn't. You know, that's not the lack of. A lot of other factors go into that. I don't really follow any of it. Anime background is such a pleasing look. Yeah, Akira. And I just think, you know, if you're going to do the Dark Knight Returns, it needs to have hand painted backgrounds because that's the way the book was done, you know. Not a fan of the look of the WB animation, straight to video stuff. I know everyone else is. I'm not. I'm like, it all looks the same to me, and it's not a shared universe. It's really weird to me. So weird. But I recognize I'm in the minority. But you don't hear me complaining about it. I just keep my mouth shut. I'm like, hey man, you enjoy that. Good for you. I do gotta watch that Batman Christmas thing they put out on HBO Max a couple months ago, where it looks like the Tim Burton art, kind of, you know? Yeah.
Yeah.
I do want to watch that. I'm gonna watch that. Yeah. I might watch that tomorrow, actually.
Nice.
Yeah, I'll let you know.
Please do, because I'm like, you know, these things are on my list. I worked the last 2 weeks 102 hours, so I just haven't had. I'm just tired, but I want to watch that Shogun. I think it is the Shogun.
Yeah, it's great. It's just incredibly violent, but yes. Yeah, you'll like it.
I'm not the biggest fan of violence. It's not gory, right? I don't like gore.
Granted, it's it's feudal Japan. Yes, there's gore. Game of Thrones, right? Game of Thrones.
I never watched Game of Thrones, but I heard things about it.
I'm actually looking forward to that Tales of TMNT show coming out. The one that is in the same universe as the movie, but it's being animated by the guys who did Rise of TMNT.
Yeah.
So, because they're really great animators, I just never cared for the designs of Rise. But
oh yeah. I did not like the designs, but the anime aspect of the way they animated it,
yeah, it's fantastic.
Real great.
The best the best animation from an American cartoon since like the Max and Aeon Flux.
Yeah, definitely.
It's very good.
They'll do a good job.
Hey, I'm gonna send you a snap of this, Brandon. You tell me what you think.
Yeah.
Can you read the silhouette, or did I add too much stuff? I mean, the brush sizes are a little thicker than they'll be in the final, you know, because it's blobbed in, you know, or roughed in.
Yeah.
You know? I'm gonna mute my mic really quick so I don't repeat this, but
yeah.
You know what, Brandon? I forgot. I'm talking to you through the computer. I'll text you what I want.
Yeah, just text me.
Dash photo. Luby says, I have a different problem once we get a mature at TMNT like Dave Rapose. I don't want realistic turtles, man. Dave Rapose is a brilliant artist. I don't like his turtles at all. I don't care for it. I want a turtle series that looks like the original Mirage stuff. We've never had it's the only comic property that's never had the original version on screen in any form, and it's ridiculous to me. Sorry. I know Brandon's got Dave Rapose the turtles tattooed on him, but they're not my turtles. I don't really care for the look. Sorry. Brilliant artist. Want everyone to know, but not my thing at all.
Okay, got it. Let's see. That is dope. I wish you guys could see that. Yes.
Does it actually work, or are you kissing my ass? Like, I'm being serious. Like,
no, it seriously works. It's a very.
You see what I mean? How you can lose the silhouette, right? Like.
Yeah, I definitely get what you're saying, but I think the leg definitely conveys that first character you asked about. Obviously, the around the head conveys the other one. I think it's a good, and the shoulder as well is good, and
I think that tail in the back I'm going to push back a little bit further because I think it's just too close to the body.
Yeah, it's a little. Yeah, but I really like that the thigh and those what's above the thigh. That is very like the first character, like really.
It's like, where do you put that stuff on this kind of shape? You know what I mean? I don't know, dude. Like, it seems easy, but it kind of isn't. They're totally two different shapes, right? And there's a movie featuring two of the. You can see, you know what I mean? Like, if you think about that movie coming out, I'll text that to you.
Yeah.
There. Johnny says, "Oh man, I remember this. Oh, thanks, thank you."
Yeah.
Volupi asks, by the way, did you get banned on Twitter, or were you like, peace? I peaced out. I deleted my account. I'll never go back. Elon Musk is a Nazi. He just got a fucking fascist haircut. Have you seen it, Brandon?
No.
Oh, I'll send it to you. Hold on. He posted this today. The top one is the reference, but the bottom one's what he posted. He just got a fucking Nazi haircut. Look at that.
1 second. Coming through. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's a Nazi haircut.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck that guy. I will never be on Twitter or X or whatever the fuck he calls it.
Yeah, fuck that.
Every social media is ran by a psychopathic CEO, but that guy's a straight fucking fascist. So,
yeah. Right. Oh, Mr. Rogers cold tonight. My favorite thing is at work when someone says Twitter, I say, "What's that?" And they go, "Shut up! You know what I'm talking about." And I was like, "No, what's Twitter?" And like X. I was like, "Oh, X. Okay, sorry. You kept saying Twitter." And like, you know what I'm talking about? I'm like, "No. Address it correctly." What your overlord likes to calls it.
You what?
They get all pissy.
No, skinheads shave their heads, man, because so Nazis would shave the backside and leave the top floofy. So they try to call that a high and tight in the military. It's not a high and tight. That right there is a Hitler Youth haircut. It was really big with the brown shirts and all those motherfuckers back then, dude. Yeah. What was he thinking? He's a fucking Nazi, dude. Like, I mean, that's what he's thinking. Yeah, go look at Richard Spencer and see what haircut Richard Spencer has, and then look at Elon Musk's new fucking haircut, and there you go. You know?
Yeah. They're not trying to hide it very well, you know.
My grandfather and his brother, my granduncle, fought in the Asian Pacific and at Omaha Beach, dude. You know what I mean? Like, we fought in World War II. No, I served in Germany for 3 years. Love some respect for fucking Germans. No, they even no, they're not. You know, like, no, we're not doing this. We're not doing this. So, yeah, but that's why I'm not on Twitter. Yeah. Anyways, Brandon, so you think this thing works, right?
Yeah, it's definitely dope.
It's gonna have more clarity when I go to do the final lines, you know. I do wish I could turn that, like, if AI somehow could turn those lines just how I would render them out, you know. Yeah. That would be nice, but that'll never happen. You know, like, if we could just look at my art and no one else's, and save me another several hours of work, would be nice, but it's not how it works. So. Twitter's only good. Look, what breaks my heart about Twitter the most is that's where I followed indie game devs. That's where I met Zoo for Berserk Boy. We met on Twitter. Yeah. The indie game dev scene on Twitter was amazing. So many games I followed for the longest time. There's a new game, the Drill game, coming out. I've been following that game for 10 years. When it was like just a tech demo, I've followed that guy's work forever. I mean, I got on Twitter when I first got my job at Play Magazine, because they were all on there talking video games. So, like, I didn't delete that, you know, like that was all. No, I'm rage reacting to some, you know, I really think it through. And there's a lot of people I don't get to see. And I feel my heart goes out to those game devs who are dependent upon that platform. But as we're all seeing, these platforms will just shift on you in a heartbeat, like Comic-Cons, right, Brandon? Like, you go every year, you think you can get something, and then you go one, nope, never again, never coming. You never, even though you're there, you got art, you got new stuff, you're not going to be seen. In some way, the Comic-Cons have an algorithm to them, Brandon, even though they're in real life.
Oh yeah.
This might be a good topic to bring up on a separate conversation sometime. Like, we could do like a mini podcast on it, but like, there's some weird algorithm, like, where they place you, who they place around you, are all in that thing that Like when it's just like, you know, they put you with a bunch of people who have 12 feet of 7,000 fucking prints. You know what I mean? And like, and everyone, they're all like rubber stamping characters on the paper so they can, like, I feel like Comic-Con, when I was going to Comic-Con in the 90s and with Rich, right? Like you went to Comic-Con and you went to Artist Alley to get something new from an artist or to get a signature from them or to see what they're doing that's new. It was all about what the new books are, who's coming up with the new thing. And then after Spider-Man came out, the fan art there was very little fan art. It was mostly like cheesecake stuff, right? Like that would be like a couple guys would have it, but that was about it. But then after Spider-Man came out, the fan art became more and more. And look, I've gotten all my gigs because of fan art, and it's only because people can't read good art anymore. They have to see, you know what I mean? Like they can't interpret. They gotta see what you can do. So it's ridiculous. But I felt like they just want to get a souvenir of something they already knew. Post Spider-Man, right? Going into post X-Men, post Spider-Man, and in the MCU era, like you go to a con, you want to get something that you already know of. Yeah. And like, you know, and to do like original shape design on characters like that takes way more time than people who are like just rubber stamping 700 faces and selling you a flat one perspective symmetrical face. Say his name? No, he was a nice guy to me. The dude was super nice to me. You know what I mean? Like we sat next to him. He was praising me to no end, and I was like, "You're super nice," but at the same time, you know, this is not what they're producing. I blame cons more than I do artists because the conventions would never allow Artist Alley back in there. There used to be rules when you went to Artist Alley. The idea was that you got a break on price, but you all had to have the same booth. Like you had to have the same 6 foot tall banner, no more than 6 foot tall banner, no more than one thing, like one banner on your table, and you can have items on your table, but that's it. And it just became the Wild West at some point. All that went away, and guys were just erecting up giant fucking, I mean, bigger poles full of art than that's in the commercial area, you know? And it was like, I blame cons for conventions did that. So, you know, I take myself out of that situation. I feel bad because there are people who are like, man, I would really love if you came here, came there. I'm like, I can't afford, guys. I cannot afford. I can't afford just to fly out there and just do commissions. You know, it's going to cost me $1,000 to do anything. And like, and they're like, well, guys do convention circuits. Yeah, but they make their money off 20 different conventions rolled over cumulatively. You know, so they have to do a convention circuit. We know, like Ryan Kincaid and all those guys, they have a convention circuit. They have like a little, and the dude you're talking about, like that guy used to do shipping and logistics in the Air Force. So he knows how to like move all this stuff around and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, all right, man, I just blew shit up in the Army. I'm not, you know, when I was at Kinko's and when FedEx bought them, I quit because I don't want to do shipping. You know, it's kind of want to do shipping. I'm out of here. You know, it's been nice. Peace. Been, you know, 3 or 4 years, but I'm out of here. So,
well,
yeah.
To add, sorry.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say to add to the wall of prints. It's like the $45 I did make at this show. The guy comes up to me and he looks across from me, and he looks next to me, and he goes, "Hey, man, I don't know." He's like, "I mean this with all respect." He goes, "Your stuff is like better than 50% of the people here." He's like, "You just get outshined by this." Like, and he points at somebody behind me. He's like, "That person's got 84 prints on the wall, and none of them are good, but they got 84." And I was like, and I just laughed, and I told the guy, I said, "Hey, you know, thank you. I don't badmouth anybody's setup. That's the con hustle, you know, but I appreciate the compliment." And he's like, "No, I mean it." I was like, "Yeah, I know. I'm very thankful for you saying that." And he's like, "You know what?" He's like, "I do like your stuff a lot. Can I get a commission?" And I'm like, "Sure." And I was like, you know, I get it. You know, some of these people got to, whatever, they got to have 84 prints. But I was trying to explain to the person with me too. They're like, after he bought the commission, he walked away, and the person that was with me is my girl best friend. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And she was like, she came with me to this show, and she's like, goes, "What did he mean, like, about, you know, the 84 prints?" And I said, "Okay." I go, "Check this out." I go, "Look at," and I pointed out to some of the art you've helped me with, and I said, "Okay, you see how there's construction, and then I use color to cut out shape. So you'll see like where the light comes from, and that makes shape. And I said, now, I'm not bad-mouthing this person, but look at the person's prints over there. See how light is coming from every angle at every point? There's no light coming from it. There's no construction. It's all very flat looking.
They don't have any light source.
Looks a couple of tables.
You know, they're either doing super flat art, you know, or which look, super flat art has its point, but their goal is to just put together 300 freaking things, you know.
Yeah. And so she goes, I'll be right back. So she goes and starts looking at other people's art. She comes back. She goes, I hate you. I'm like, what? She's like, you ruined so many things of art now. She's like, I'm looking at these people's art, and I'm like, this is flat. This is flat. There's no shapes here. There's no nothing. She's like, now I see it. And I was like, yeah. Welcome to my world. I was like,
I ruined a lot for you, right, Brand?
Yeah. I was like, you know, she bought stuff from like Val Hochberg, who has dope stuff, but it was just funny, you know. She's like, I see it now. I was like, yeah, now you can't unsee it. Once you see it, you can't unsee it.
Look, it's like I love doing caricatures, okay? But I'm not a caricature artist. To do that, you have to sit down and you have to draw a head every 3 to 6 minutes. And I'm like, man, I could do 20 to 30 minutes to get a completed drawing, but I can't do 3 to 6. And then, well, if you can't 20 minutes, you can't. You're out. You can't. And I'm like, but you guys all breed the same freaking, and they all have the same look because that came out of that time schedule. And I'm like, well, then I'll never be doing that. You know, like I'll have to do them online when I feel like doing them. But you know, I guess we call them portraits or something. But like, I don't know. You know, that's just the world we live in. Let me just flip this drawing and check. I think the head is off. They don't even flip their heart, Brandon. So, you know, what do you want me to do? And every now and then someone comes here, how do I get better? I'm like, well, you need to stop everything you're doing. Well, I can't. And I don't know how to help you, you know? I remember years ago, someone on DeviantArt had been like, can you teach me, like, can you give me art lessons? I said, $50 a lesson, I can help you. They're like, okay. Charge them $50. I gave them a 2-hour lesson. I said, now do this for the next 6 months and come back to me and pay me another $50 then. They're like, what? I'm like, you just do this for 6 months and we'll see how good you get, you know? And they're like, that's the best, you know, I'm not ripping you off, buddy. You need to do this for 6 months and then come back. And we'll, you know, never came back. As a creature, I've seen the value of flipping. Yeah, flip your art. Like at some point you're gonna lean in the final rendering. It's fine, but just flip it just to see if anything's way off, you know? Like, sometimes a drawing looks better when you lean on one angle. I get it. You know, like I'm not going to sit there and pretend otherwise. But, you know, in the construction phase, dude, like, just flip it, you know? Now, I'll tell you where it was important to flip your art. The most important was when they used to do matte painting for movies on glass. So, like director James Cameron used to do those paintings for movies at Roger Corman's studio. He did all of the matte paintings, not all of them, but he did a lot of the matte paintings on Escape to New York. And there's a photo of him, you can find that. But what he would do is, while he was writing Terminator and other stuff, he'd do this work, is he'd paint on the glass, right? And he'd do it like in his bathroom, and he had a mirror, and he'd do it on the door so he could rotate the door in and look in the mirror and see it flipped. And then adjust the painting that way.
Oh, nice.
And the reason why it was important to flip it was because in movies, in the editing bay, they could flip a shot if they need continuity in editing. So they could do, if they flip a shot, they don't get your permission. If they flip a shot, and your background looks horrible, you're matte painting, then guess who gets the blame, right? You get the blame for screwing it up, not for them flipping the shot. So a lot of guys could not get work because they're like, oh, your work looked horrible. No, it looked great, but they flipped it. Well, that's how they avoided that, you know. These days, the biggest art flippers are like in manga, when they'll just flip whole books so they read right to left. And I feel very bad for those artists because they're drawing fast enough as it is. And it's like, they don't have time to flip that art, you know? So, but the best manga art, you know, the ones that hold up, you can't tell the difference. You could tell who the real illustrators were. Yeah. Still ridiculous. Shouldn't be flipping art. I mean, now they don't, right? People read, you know, the right to left now, but they didn't for the longest time. Bloopy says he didn't understand you have to do the work. Right. And I gave him the path forward. But he just wanted me to give him superpowers. I'm like, it's not the Matrix. I can't give myself art superpowers. You know? Still on. Yeah, I'm bailing though here in a minute. I'm just checking this drawing. So I'll be on tomorrow for 4 or 5 hours. Maybe even 6. I gotta get this done, and then I got 2 pretty easy smaller panels to do. And then I got 1 more really complicated page, and then I got 2 easier pages. So I should be able to be done with this in the week. You know, plus or minus a day or 2. All I know is, you know, when people go, "Oh man, is the interior art as good as the cover art?" Well, Brandon, is it?
It definitely is. You fucking put so much effort into it. Like, you put more effort into what you just sent me on 1 page than I think I have in all my art.
Oh. You can change that, Brandon. You have the power to prevent forest fires.
I'm trying. I really am. I really am trying. I swear, everybody, I'm trying.
This summer, Mario. This summer. They want it all done before they solicit. To be fair, it was planned as 3 issues, so I would have been done last. You know, I would have been done in December, but they extended it 2 more issues. So, you know, and as they extended 2 more issues, they're like, "Oh, Rob can draw lots of stuff, so let's give him some crazy shit to do." And you're like, "Yeah, I appreciate it, but this crazy shit also requires design work. It's not like this stuff isn't like, you know, Brandon, things you can get reference for, you know." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hopefully Rob can draw isn't something that'll backfire. Always backfires on me, man. Look, I told him I'm not a monthly artist. I'll never be a monthly artist. So it's not the drawing lots of stuff that bothers me. It's just making sure there's a reason for it. I don't want someone to go, "Oh, when this has a trolley and it has 700 people," when it doesn't need that, you know? I just need it to have lots of stuff when it needs it. Like the convention piece. There's no easy way. There's no simple way to draw a convention. You know, especially when it's like a Spawn Con. I was like, I want it to be all. I didn't even know there was a Spawn Con when I did that, Brandon. The Spawn Con guys got a hold of me, and they were like, "Oh, you put us in there, and you got our logo." And I'm like, "No, I just thought it would be funny because Todd said he wrote like it's a convention because he did a Comic Con in the first series, and he was like, "Yeah, it's another convention." And I'm like, "We already did that." And I was like, it needs to be like a Spawn, and I wanted to draw the Spawn characters. So I was like, "Oh, this would be great."
Yeah.
if there's all these parodies, like it's a convention filled with parody spawns, right? But like,
Yeah.
there's no easy way to draw. Like, you got to draw all that stuff, and you got to draw people waiting in lines, and like, okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
But you know, if someone were to try to do like that every other page, it's like, man, I'm not trying to be Jeff Darrow. You turn on the juice, you turn off the juice, you know. So whatever, you know. Like the original Star Wars movies, they had big sequences and then the small one. But the prequels, as they get on, it's like every shot has 7,000 ships in it. You're like, stop doing that. You know, just forget you can. It doesn't look good. You know, you want when Godzilla attacks and Godzilla's -1 to be badass, but you don't need it to be that in every shot. You can have them in the ocean looking like Jaws, and it works just fine too, right, Brandon? Yeah.
Definitely.
So, all right, everybody. This came out great. I'll be back on tomorrow. We're going to stream some Sonic the Hedgehog color pencil tomorrow. And I'm going to try and render out. Oh, yeah, we got some more of this Superior Spider-Man. I did a digital background that I put this Copic marker piece into. And I have sped that up. So I will be playing that tomorrow as well. So,
I won't be available tomorrow.
Oh, that's your problem, not mine.
Sorry, I got some stuff I gotta do with the family, so
all right,
I won't be on.
Well, I appreciate everyone hanging out with me.
I will miss you.
All right. Nandikas, Floopy, thanks for coming back. Mario, thanks for coming back. Rich, thanks for hanging out. And everyone else who lurks, man. Oh, well, yeah. Thanks, Brandon. Right. Without you, none of this is possible. I owe you everything.
Exactly. You should know.
Go brush your teeth. All right, bye.
Later.